I had this game that I was playing against this Powershower guy, and he was impressed with the deck, so he wanted to play again, so we did. And then he wanted to play again, so we did. And then he wanted to play again, so we played a match. And in the 5th game of the match, having won the other 4, I was presented with this hand here. And I thought this game was a lot of fun. Well, you'll see what I'm talking about. Anyway, so because it was a match and I won the last game, he was going first this time. There was no dice roll. And of course, if you stick around for the end of the game, I'll show you the deck list. Anyway, so he leads off with, he's playing Edric. He leads off with Forest Go. I think we once talked about that in one of my videos, how awful that is. Anyhow, so I start off with birds. Got this soul ring that can't really do too much with just yet. If the replay will work, that'd be really great. Okay. So I top deck Hermit. It's not super great here. And figured I'd get down with some mana development and a threat. I wanted to basically distract him. Having played 4 games already, I know that his Edric deck is filled with probably 5 or 6 different kinds of bounce spells, maybe more. So I wanted to distract him. I didn't want him to bounce a bird. I wanted him to bounce a Serra Ascendant. The other option, of course, would have been Bloom Tender or Mother of Runes or Sylvan Library. I mean, they were all valid possible plays. But I figured, get Ascendant out, start swinging with Ascendant. Next turn I can tap for 4 and I can cast Bloom Tender, Sylvan. That would be the most effective way to use my mana. And then Sylvan Ascendant combo, quickly win the game. But he has Nature's Claim, letting me untap, which was a mistake. I mean, if I had a 4-mana counter here, it gets countered, right? So he claims away the Soul Ring. I get in with Ascendant and follow up with my measly Bloom Tender, since I still haven't drawn a land yet. And in response, he bounces Serra Ascendant. As I was saying before, lots of bounce in his Edric deck. But he seems to be stalled on mana as well. So, I lead off with Mother of Runes, thinking that he might be not holding bounce but a counter, and losing Mother of Runes would be, while she's good against his bounce, she's not the threat that Serra Ascendant is. I had to lead off with a white spell so the Bloom Tender would turn on. So I decided I'd go with Mom. And I'm really pretty happy no matter which one sticks. At least this will stop all the bounce shenanigans. But I go for Ascendant, and sure enough, he does have a counterspell. And it's a sprite, too. It's kind of bad luck for me, since he's playing Edric there. So I get down with Sylvan, and I figure he's going to be drawing a card next turn. But he draws Tectonic Edge and then plays Trigon Predator, which I agree with. I can definitely see making that play over the Edric play just because Sylvan Library is such a threat. But I only agree with this if he has a way to deal with Mother of Runes, which is turning out to be quite helpful. In one sense, this destroys my Bird of Paradise. I can't tap it for mana and block. And of course, on the next turn, he can always play Edric, and he's got 2 flyers to swing in with, one of which we'll get through and draw him cards anyway. Of course, the sprite getting through. So, I mean, yeah, that was a solid play, overdrawing the extra card there for him. So, I, of course, Sylvan up and pay life, thanks to the Ascendant. I'm not even at 40 yet. Oh, the Ascendant and the Claim, that is. And I finally get a land, but it's a doggone Dryad Arbor. That's actually well worth being in the deck, but in this particular instance, doesn't help me too much. So it's have to Bloom Tender and Trop. I'm trying to figure out, I was looking at it and I was like, oh, right, I'll cast Sword of Feast or Famine or I'll equip. And I was like, wait a minute, Arbor Summoning Sick. Okay, well, I'll cast Strange Hermit. No, I can't do that. So I was like, well, what am I going to do here? So what I decide on is opposition. I was thinking like 3 mana for Shackles, say go, use the bird to block or whatever. But no, this works out perfectly. by using the bird for blue, I'm able to get the opposition into play, and now that disadvantage of Dryad Armor Summoning Sickness, totally awesome, thanks to opposition. So first things first, I just tap the Predator, and then I leave Mother of Runes on top due to the excessive amounts of bounce over there. If he plays Edric, I'm just going to tap his Sprite. But I have to let him have some mana this turn. I have to let him have his blue. So he gets down with Thrun, the last troll. Not a threat, not a problem, so I just tap the Sprite. There is a natural order. So now we have a lot of options here. But I think the correct option is fairly plain. Skadoosh. Tokens, tokens everywhere. And a Mother of Rune backing it all up. So during his upkeep, put him in lockdown mode. Now, if he can operate on 1 mana the way I've been operating on 1 mana for basically the whole game, this is what turn is this? This is turn 7. And my Arbor was able to tap for mana. So on turn 7, I got my second mana since this effectively came into play, Summoning Sick. So if he can operate on 1, well, then I'm probably in some trouble. But something tells me that he can't. Can't tap the Thrun, but I can block with Mom and tap her and protect himself. And he gives in. So, pretty awesome stuff there. The next goal, of course, was to find a way to get Guy's Cradle into play, if possible. Or, I mean, the Hermit was going to die, but I still had plenty of tokens I could natural order with. Witness, Pod. But, I mean, the goal was to get Guy's Cradle into play from there, or if not that, then probably just natural order Trastodon, just to make it so that he couldn't kill opposition during upkeep. I can lock all his guys down and develop from there. So pretty good stuff. Hope you enjoyed the game. I'll see you next time. Here's the deck list. Alright, have a good one.